Okay, today is the first day of June 2014, and we're at Alair State Park where there is a Civil War reenactment. And today we have Abraham Lincoln is here, Ulysses S. Grant is here, and guess who else? Ben DeMarco. Mr. Ben DeMarco is a professional photographer, and for many years he was a freelance photographer for many newspapers and magazines, and he's had a lot of images in galleries. So good afternoon, Ben.
Good afternoon, Ken. Nice to see you again.
Good. Let's have a couple of questions about your newspaper experience. When a newspaper would call you and say they have an assignment, let's say they were going to assign you to today's event, would they give you specific instructions on what they want, or are going to let that up to you to decide what you're going to do with it?
Well, that more or less depended on the storyline. I would get an assignment and they would request a certain number of images for review to print with the article. If there was something that was unusual or something that should be brought to highlight, they would definitely let me know and ask me to make sure I capture that particular image. Other than that, it was left up to me, and I would approach it accordingly.
How many images did you have to provide to the newspaper?
Well, they would request a number of images, and it would vary, anywhere between 3 to 8 images. But when I went on a shoot, I would shoot, well, today because of digital, I would shoot 100 images, and I would break it down to the 6 to 8 or whatever it may be images they would like to have. I would also, at one point, depending upon the assignment, I might submit double the amount to give them more choices. Sometimes that's not a good idea because it confuses the photo editor, but I didn't mind doing that. It was a little joke on my side, but I did enjoy doing the events, and with film, like I said, digital, I would probably shoot 100 images here. With film, I would probably shoot about 36.
And when you were shooting film, you developed your own, you provided prints to the newspaper? Is that how you did it?
Well, when I was shooting, we were still using film. When I stopped shooting, we were half film, half digital. I did all film, and I would process the film in my own darkroom. It was black and white. Any color I would do at the newspaper's lab.
Now, color was kind of like for a special edition, because most of it was black and white, correct?
Well, a lot of the black and white images were for the inside pages. The cover pages were usually in color. Okay.
Now today, since you're retired and you're at a venue that's kind of interesting, how do you approach it? Do you have an agenda when you come here, or you just shoot whatever feels good? Well, how do you do that today?
Well, again, if I was shooting for a publication, they would probably give me a guideline of what type of storyline they were going to be using, and I would approach it on that level. It might be capturing just the feel of the event and what it was like during that period of time, the encampment and the clothing, thing of that sort. It could also be they received some information that someone here is related, whose great-great-great-grandparents were involved in the Civil War, and they stay involved in that by joining organizations, and they might want to feature that. So basically that's how it would go, depending upon the publication, what they have in mind for that particular issue. Oh. On my own, if I may.
Sure.
On my own, if I approach this, because I was a freelance photojournalist, a lot of my work I approach on the editorial level approach. I also keep my eye open for that nice art piece that I would be interested in, because I do get involved with some of the art groups in my area and camera clubs. And as soon as I see something that would be a great art piece, I will concentrate on that and I will photograph it.
Now, when you say an art piece, would that be a kind of a special photograph or manipulated to be an abstract? Well, when you say art, what do you mean?
Well, I don't group the art approach with abstract and something like this. If I'm coming through this particular encampment and I see lighting on some article, and I like the art, that particular article, I will single it out and I will photograph it because of that particular content, the subject matter, the lighting, and it just came off to be an excellent type of an art piece, something that someone would like to use as their decor in their home, or it might even be something that a company likes to hang in their foyer, or it could be for a restaurant, it could be for a bar, and that's how I usually approach that. Abstract to me is more personal.
Okay.
It's something different than just a straight-on shot, and a lot of people really don't grasp what abstract is about.
All right, well, thank you very much, and we have a nice day, so you have the rest of the day. Have fun shooting here at Lair State Park, Ben. Thank you.
I intend to. You have a good day, too.
Okay.